31st of August, big day. Hopefully we'll look back on this in a few years' time. It's the release of my drive at Red Bull Ampol Racing, so not much sleep last night, but we're out here in Surface. We're going to drive down the beach, arrive, walk up to the car and do the big release to the media. So, man, I'm so excited. It's a dream come true literally today. A few nerves, but just can't wait to get it all out to the media. Been hiding it from a few people for a while now, so it'll be good to get it out in the open and thank all the people that have got me here, really. So I was just saying, it's brand new. It hasn't been on the beach yet. Hope we don't get stuck. Then we will get beached. That one, yeah. Awesome.
Cool. Thanks, mate.
I
don't know if I'm really nervous. I'm just excited to get it not over and done with, but let everyone know. I literally had a dream last night that I was like half an hour late to this. I was like freaking out in the middle of the night. I'm like, shit. Yeah, I was freaking out. Yeah, it's actually only been 3.5 years since I started racing cars. It was only, January 2018 I learned how to drive a manual. So it's been a very quick 3 years for me. You know, it was always my plan to sort of get into supercars, you know, hopefully by the age of 20. But I literally would have never dreamed of being in this seat. You never expect to get in this seat because it's, you know, it's the seat in supercars. Obviously Jamie and Shane, but even 12 months ago I would have never believed. And to be honest, I didn't have the results on the board to have any shot at getting this job. So just joining Triple Eight this year was a dream come true. Having Red Bull on board as well, and then to get the promotion this year is still pinching myself, to be honest. It's been super quick, but it's funny just looking back at it. You know, I've been racing since I was basically 4 years old, so there's been a hell of a lot of weekends, and you know, what has it been? You know, 14 years or something like that. So it's a lot of hard work's gone into it, but it feels like it's paid off. But at the same time, it's only the beginning. It's been going on for a while now. We spoke to RD sort of September last year about the deal for signing for Super 2 for 2021. Part of that deal, he sort of said that Jamie was retiring and there was obviously the opportunity there for someone to step up. So it's sort of always been in the back of my mind this year, if I get the good results, that there'd be the opportunity to sort of replace Jamie, and sort of been going all year, but I hadn't actually really spoken to RD about it all year. My dad and Paul Morris sort of spoke to him a little bit, but I got a call after Townsville, July 26th, never forget the day. He said, come up and I want to talk with you. And to be honest, I was shitting bricks all day because I didn't know. I called him and he's just one of those tones where I'm like, you didn't know if he was pissed off or he's happy. So I went up there and he basically explained that I got the deal, and yeah, it was a pretty cool day. Rang my parents straight away. Me and Dad were nearly in tears on the phone together, but it was a pretty cool experience. Hang on, sorry. Tom? Yeah, we're all good, mate. We're just cruising up anyway. No worries, thanks, mate. Okay. Cheers. Shit! It's happening.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is Broc Feeney.
The new Jamie Whincup, does that sound real to you?
Not at all, not at all. If someone would have said this to me a few years ago, you know, I'd have told them they were dreaming. You know, it was a complete dream for me. You know, I always wanted to make it to supercars, but to be standing in front of this car replacing Jamie Whincup, it is a dream come true.
Good to have the news out there. Something that we made the call on several months ago, so it's good to now be able to share it with everyone and plan for next year. He's been on the radar as a distant blip for 18 months, 2 years, but then when he started out in Super 3 with Paul Morris, then that really started me looking at him hard. Two years ago, in fact a little bit more than that, 2.5 years ago now, started looking at him hard. He had some great races. I had the inside knowledge of knowing what was going on through Paul Morris. Then I thought he had a really mature attitude towards learning. I watched him in and out of the car. I spent some time with him middle of last year. Made him drive me all the way back from Sydney after we'd been mucking around with XLs, I think, in June last year, and he triple stinted all the way back, no problem. No, he was. He's been in the peripheral vision for quite a long time, and then the direct vision the last 2 years or so.
Mate, the genie's out of the bottle. You can't get it back in. Finally, worst kept secret in pit lane is finally out. Big opportunity, Broc. But the key for me is to make sure we keep providing him with the best race car in pit lane. But secondly, just give him an environment where he can thrive, where he can just get the most out of himself, and be a race winner. No doubt I'll be giving him all my IP, giving him absolutely everything he needs to do the job. He'll be right. Watch this space. Won't happen overnight, but it'll happen.
Pretty awesome for Broc. Massive opportunity, first go in supercars to be in a team like ours, but he wouldn't be here if we didn't believe in him. Well, it's pretty similar to mine. I only did sort of 3 years of racing, and then I jumped straight into the deep end of supercars. And my first few years were pretty tough, but the grounding he's had and the coaches, the mentors he's had around him, I think it's going to really speed up his process. But for sure it'll be maybe a tough initiation to start, but he's got everything and everyone around him to help him bring him up. It's just the people around him, you can tell he's got the right sort of people, and a really good family, and that helps. He's a really grounded, young but old 18-year-old.
It's been a long time coming. We've been doing this for a lot of years, starting off with the bikes when he was very young, and then into karting, and it's always been a dream, but the dream's far better than we ever expected to be running up in this team at the age of 19 with the backing he's got. It's just unbelievable. We've been lucky enough to make the right decisions along the way and take the right path. Now, Paul Morrison had a huge influence on that. Originally, we're in Europe racing the karts, and we got to the end of that career and then realised, obviously, we didn't have enough money to move forward in that direction. And so I spoke to Paul, who's been a good mate of mine for many, many years. And Paul said, we'll put a plan together, put a budget together, and then we'll try and meet that budget. And we looked at that, and I said, well, mate, we're going to have to get through that budget a lot quicker than this. I said, we're not going to get to the other end. And we actually managed to shortcut it, and here we are today. It's been unbelievable. Big thank you to Paul. Broc's been in a huge effort. Roland's been fantastic, and I think the best is yet to come.
Really, what can you say? It's like a dream come true. We've sort of taught these kids from a young age to just live the dream, follow your dreams, and to actually the dream become real. I don't even know how to explain it. There's no words for it. It's just amazing. Broc's been racing, since the age of 3. He knows how to deal with it all. He has been coming up the ranks really quickly, but we've taken every step to make sure that everything goes right. There's no point in jumping the gun, paying the dollars, whatever, to get into supercars and be running at the back of the pack. So we've made sure that he was comfortable to win the Super 3 championship. We've made sure that he's comfortable with the Super 2, and now we know that he's ready for supercars.
Yeah, so here we are, Service Paradise. Born and bred in Gold Coast, so it's pretty surreal to have the Red Bull Ampol racing car here behind us. Replacing Jamie Whincup for 2022. It's a dream come true for myself. Step up into the main series next year. I cannot wait for it. So it was cool to do this video today, sort of show you guys what happened on today. It's going to be hopefully a video that I'll look back on in many years to come. It's going to be a big day for me to remember. It's cool to take you guys sort of on this little journey behind us, but there's been so many people that have helped me get here, so I cannot thank you enough. And yeah, it's a dream come true to me. I'm still pinching myself. It's very hard to believe, but standing in front of this car, racing in the championship next year and for the years to come is very exciting for myself. So thank you to everyone for watching. I'm just looking forward to the next few years.